Have you noticed a change in your hearing over the years? Missing the little things in life? Visit Beneficial Hearing in Ocala today. Their expert team of audiologists will make sure you never miss a moment. Call Beneficial Hearing today at 352-629-4418 or visit them online, beneficialhearing.com.
Why call two men in a truck? If you're like most people, you're moving and you work hard. You've got lots of stuff and no time to move it. You need pros, trained, professional moving experts to do the heavy lifting for you. A team who will work hard and get the job done right. People who care about your things as much as you do. Time is of the essence, and you want it done fast. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, the movers who care. Visit twomeninatruck.com today and get moving. Or call 352-289-0666.
2 Men in a Truck.
Time to fly, fun, think about fun. You know what it is. I got this, you got this. My friend is by my right. Hey, I got this, you got this. Now you know it. Kicking in the front seat, sitting in the back seat. Gotta make my mind up. Which seat can I take? It's Friday, Friday. Gotta get down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend, Friday, Friday, getting down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend, partying, fun.
Good morning. You're listening to AM Ocala Live, WOCA, The Source, 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, as we're coming to you live from the Paddock Mall, streaming live, YouTube Live, WOCA, The Source Radio. As we say good morning, happy Friday, made it to the end of another week. Boy, it was a hot and wet week. Yesterday was really nice, though. It ended up staying a lot more dry. It was warm, but at the same time, as the evening hours rolled in with the sun starting to fall in the sky, man, it was absolutely gorgeous. As we had storms that were off way in the distance to the north and to the east, and kept us a little dry and gave us a little break from some of those afternoon showers and thunderstorms. However, today it looks as if it's going to be a wet one here now. 60% chance of showers and thunderstorms today. We already kind of see it starting to build from the west there, as there's a little bit more stuff south of where we're at with the listening area. But nonetheless, it's going to be a hot one today, as we're currently already at 80 degrees with 97% humidity. So as we say good morning, a chance of showers and thunderstorms today is right around 60%, with the likelihood of that happening right after 2 p.m. But like we said, it's going to be a hot one. Heat index valued at nearly 107 degrees. So with that humidity and with that temperature, it's going to feel... welcome to the jungle. Maybe I should have played that one this morning, is what it feels like nonetheless. So do be careful out there. I mean, 107, when it feels like that, that's a little oppressive. But at the same time... we got sunshine and some blue sky right now, but we could see, like we said, the development of those showers and thunderstorms. We're almost welcoming it today, so that way that heat index doesn't get to be that high, and we can see the rain start to cool things off maybe just a little bit. But that's how that goes. As it works through the weekend, not a whole lot has changed. Like we mentioned, we can see an 80% chance of afternoon showers and thunderstorms from 3 to 5 p.m. tomorrow. They're looking at the heat index valued tomorrow getting closer to 109. So just very, very hot, sticky, muggy days through the weekend, with quite a bit of a percent of chance of rain there for Saturday and Sunday, and then that'll carry in for the beginning of the week. But we get the opportunity to see some blue sky right now, and it's not too bad. So right now it's fairly cool, but we are already at almost 25 after 7, already at 80 degrees, as like we said, heat index valued today near 107. Good night. Anyway, we got a good Friday show for you here today. AM Ocala Live. I'm your host, Adam Mikulin. As I say good morning to you, it's Friday, as we get ourselves to another weekend. It's the weekend after the 4th of July, so a little bit more of I think, hot temperature but still kind of the same idea with the rain that we can expect, like we had last weekend when it came to the 4th of July. But nonetheless, I think everybody's ready for a little weekend. For me, this week was all right. At times it went by fast. At times it went by slow. It was a grind this week. I hope it was a little bit easier for you listeners out there. But we got a good Friday show to round it all out, as we'll get the conversation going after the bottom of the 7 o'clock hour, and that'll get us to the top of the 8 o'clock hour. We'll be doing Life South Community Blood Centers. We'll be talking with Galen to see what his weekend plans are, and keep the conversation rolling, and see what we can expect for the Bloodmobile and getting out there, giving the gift of life and donating blood for the weekend, as well as for COVID-19, the convalescent plasma, like we've been talking about, as there is a need for that as the cases have ramped up. As they've been using more of the plasma, but they need more donations of it. So we'll be discussing a little bit of that. That'll get us to the bottom of the 8 o'clock hour. And we'll roll with, there's actually some good stuff to talk about locally here that we'll roll with news bits from 8:30 to get us to the top of the 9 o'clock hour. And we're going to roll with, on this day in history, as we take a look back at certain things that happened on this day, July 10th. When we get to the top of the 9 o'clock hour, we'll be doing On This Day in History at 9, and then carrying that through to the bottom of the 9 o'clock hour. Well, from there, we'll be having our phone lines open, 622-9622. We'll have them open, all day, all show, 622-9622. If you want to call in and share, we're going to get some good talking points going that we'll be able to roll with and keep it a little potpourri. So if there's something that you want to talk about, give us a call to the show. We'll get it rolling for this Friday and get that conversation going into the weekend as we come to the bottom of the 10 o'clock hour to round out the show with the Fridays that we've been doing. Ocala Magazine, OM Radio. We'll have Philip Glassman here in the studio and his guests that he bring in for the finish of the week for our Ocala Magazine for AM Ocala Live when we finish our Friday today. And of course, stay tuned on Fridays after AM Ocala Live for the Conservative Watch Hour with your host Annie Marie Delgado with her co-host Ann Vandersteel as they bring the Steel Truth, the information that you need to hear about what it takes to keep the conversation rolling and keep you up to date on the conservative side of information and politics as we bring that to you here at 11 a.m. and we run that for the hour until noon right here at The Source, 96.3 FM, 1370 a.m. As we do welcome you and we say good morning, basically it's just a little talk of the weather like we have been. The other talk is, today's July 10th. Tomorrow, we've mentioned it before, we talked a little bit about it yesterday with some of the controversy that's surrounding it a little bit with some of the employees of such that are going to be putting themselves out there. But nonetheless, tomorrow is the first opening day, official reopening of the Disney World, Magic Kingdom, and Animal Kingdom theme parks. As we mentioned yesterday, just a little bit about the expectations for guidelines that they're going to be setting in as the gates will open up tomorrow. Which I know some people are so excited to have the opportunity to have that on the docket for something to do that obviously are willing to go through the phases and guidelines of wearing a mask and doing the social distancing just for an opportunity to get out this weekend and go do something a little different than the old binge watch Netflix kind of thing or their Disney Plus. Instead of watching Disney Plus, actually go to Disney World. With what we mentioned, with only 30% of the capacity that's going to be at the theme park. So the expectations of the number of people that would be is only around 24,000 people. Still sounds like a lot, but when you think about the vastness of the park, that it could actually maybe be really, really fun to be there as only one of the 30% of the capacity that's able to get on the rides and enjoy themselves without the substantial crowds that are usually there. I think it does come at a little bit of a price to pay with the idea of wearing that mask, especially when we've been discussing the heat index, as mentioned, even tomorrow, today 107, but the heat index value tomorrow at 109. But we do know that there's places that are air conditioned, and if you have less people around, it does give you more enjoyment to plan a little bit better. But we can see that opening up tomorrow, July 11th, and a few people that I talked to are jonesing. They are starving for it. It's something that's almost like an integral part to our state's economy nonetheless. As we mentioned, Universal's City Walk kind of opening up first and having do what they did, and then opening up their theme park with Universal and then SeaWorld and Busch Gardens, and now looking at finally having Disney World look to open. As much as the numbers have increased with the coronavirus and COVID-19, there's been a little push, a little controversy about them maybe pushing back the start date. But a good point that was made yesterday, I think, from Galen, is that the other theme parks have been open, and it hasn't been such a overwhelming kind of thing coming from having those theme parks opened, although it's not really justified that the increased numbers is specifically coming from the theme parks themselves, but at the same time, those are private companies that can offer their expectations or guidelines like they do. So with that being said, I know a lot of people that are just ready for the opportunity to get back to the happiest place on earth. And at the same time, too, I do know on the other side of some of the employees that are cautioned, I know at the same time, there's a lot of employees that are thrilled to be able to go back to work at the what they consider the happiest place on earth themselves. So Disney World opening back up tomorrow, as it does look like it's more for the majority of those who are pass holders and Florida residents themselves when we mentioned the 30% capacity. But nonetheless, we say welcome to AM Ocala Live. Again, I'm your host, Anna Mikulin. We got a good show for you rolling this way. So we're coming to the bottom of the 7 o'clock hour and get your national news in there. More good show coming your way when we come back. WOCA Ocala, 96.3 FM, 1370 AM. Remember, we are broadcasting to you live from the Paddock Mall, so come down, say hi when we open at 11, Paddock Mall. And on YouTube, WOCA The Source Radio. Be sure and click the like and hit subscribe. We'll be back right after this. WOCA Ocala.
Chris Foster. It's another new daily high for confirmed coronavirus cases in the U.S., more than 65,000. President Trump tells Fox's Sean Hannity.
We have fewer people dying. Our people have done an... And one other thing, we're very well on the way to a vaccine.
Kentucky's the latest state to require face masks in public starting today. The Supreme Court is not immune from investigation, is called a victory by Manhattan District Attorney Cyrus Vance Jr.
Vance says his criminal investigation into hush money payments to women who claim they've had affairs with the president will continue. New York Mayor Bill de Blasio applauded the court's decision.
The guy who has massive business interests that are affected by the decisions of government has evaded for years giving out this basic information. It's been perverse.
President Trump called it, quote, prosecutorial misconduct.
Fox's Tanya J. Powers. America's listening to Fox News.
It may not be stomach issues.
For me, it's intense gas, or pain, or diarrhea, sometimes all at once, over and over.
I spent years with the symptoms, but could never figure it out.
No matter what I did, they never went away. So I decided to break it down for my doctor and get really specific about my symptoms.
We discovered that exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI, may be the reason for my stomach issues.
EPI is caused by my pancreas. It leads to diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, unexplained weight loss, and oily stools. The symptoms just don't go away.
But EPI can show up with even one symptom.
The good news? EPI is manageable.
But to get to the right diagnosis, you have to break it down for your doctor and get specific about the severity of your symptoms.
Visit identifyepi.com to learn more and use the symptom checker to help change the conversation with your doctor. Brought to you by AbbVie.
Paddock Mall Studios. This is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source. Well, the new year is upon us, and that means getting to those forgotten projects that you promised you would. So whether you're tackling a small honey-do list or building the Taj Mahal, Sunbelt Rentals will help you get the job done right with the right tools. From carpet cleaners to excavators, Sunbelt Rentals has what you need. So what are you waiting for? Get it done. Rent it now from Sunbelt Rentals, located on Highway 27, just a half-mile east of I-75, or visit sunbeltrentals.com. Get it done. Rent it now. Sunbelt Rentals.
Hi, Matt Wilkerson here, your Verizon representative with news that will hum your car, make it smart and safe. How? With the new Hum device by Verizon. You can rest assured you're never alone. Flat tire? Lost? Accident? For $10 a month, Hum by Verizon has you covered. And I will come to you in Marion County to install the Hum for free. Time to call me at 352-528-0020. Are you ready to hum along? Call 352-528-0020.
Veterans Helping Veterans USA. Call 352-433-2320. We help veterans and their families with limited financial assistance, counseling, employment referrals, and a food and clothing bank. You can help in making a huge difference in the veterans' lives we serve by donating food, clothing, household items, or direct financial assistance. All donations are tax deductible. Veterans Helping Veterans USA. 352-433-2320. Thank you for your attention, and God bless America.
On July 15th at 10:05 a.m., representatives from the College of Central Florida will be the guests as we discuss the open house event and registering for fall classes. Again, that's Wednesday, July 15th at 10:05 a.m. Be sure to listen, because whether learning in the classroom or your room, education is a passport to the future. Tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today.
Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440. In addition to our pasture mowing and tractor services, including zero-turn mowers for your fence line finish, we also offer rototilling and fence row spraying. We are family-owned and operated, licensed and insured, and farm-ready. Powell Gene, Gene, @yahoo.com, 352-629-2440. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440. Gene is a proud United States veteran.
Hello, I'm Mark Sears with Regency Printing. With over 10 years in the printing business, I know you'll find Regency Printing the place for all your local printing needs. Plus, I have fax services, mailbox rentals, notary service, U.S. mail, pack and ship, all at one convenient location, 2375 Northeast 25th Avenue. Just look for the yellow signs. Regency Printing, 789-6683. That's 789-6683. Regency Printing.
Pals Ocala Auto Repair fixes all makes and models. Pals makes sure that your vehicle's engine, mechanical, and electrical components are healthy at all times. Pals team would much rather see you drive to their shop for a full checkup than be towed in for a complex repair. Give Pals a call today to schedule your next service appointment. 352-414-2984. What? A nationwide warranty, 36 months or 36,000 miles, whichever comes first? Pals looks forward to servicing you and servicing your vehicle. 352-414-2984.
WOCA.
Times of clouds and sunshine today with a shower or thunderstorm in the afternoon, high 91 to 93. Tomorrow, cloudy to partly sunny, showers and a thunderstorm, humid, high 89 to 93. Sunday and Monday, variably cloudy with a shower or thunderstorm possible, high Sunday 87 to 92, high Monday 90 to 94. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Brian May.
Time for a whole bunch of summertime sale BOGOs at Bob Wine's Camellia Garden in Ocala. Here are just a few of the buy one, get one free deals in this week's ad. Bob has ever-blooming button gardenias, blue and white plumbago, budded and blooming hydrangea, plus all kinds of fruit trees including peach, pear, mulberry, chestnut, dragon fruit, and banana, all on BOGO this week. So check them out. It's a great deal on Bob Wine's gigantic selection of crepe myrtles, too. They start at just $6.99 for the white ones. And it's a super popular white crepe myrtles that everyone loves. Also, larger sizes are available. Got a yard problem and you need some advice? We give advice and it's free every day. Go to bobwinescamelliagardens.net or come visit us on Southeast 38th Street, Ocala, each day till 4:30. It's in the same blooming place since 1952.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Prevention is important. Help prevent the spread of illness and keep yourself and others well. Here are some of the most effective ways you can prevent the spread of germs. Wash your hands by scrubbing thoroughly with soap and hot water for at least 20 seconds, and always wash before you touch your face, eat, or drink. Use hand sanitizers in addition to hand washing or where soap and water are not available. Limit sharing of items such as utensils, cups, and dishes. Avoid all physical contact with others, including handshakes and kisses. Practice social distancing by maintaining a distance of 6 feet from others. Sneeze or cough into a tissue or the inside of your elbow. Avoid contact with ill individuals and insist they isolate themselves. Sanitize frequently touched surfaces in your home and workplace several times a day. An ounce of prevention is worth a ton of cure. Download the free booklet at Scientology.org/stay well.
People ask me why I've worked at Palm Garden for so long, and I tell them it's the people. I love to hear the life stories, especially those from the greatest generation. Celebrating life stories is what sets Palm Garden apart, finding out what's important to them. And I love being a resource. Like Macy's Santa, if I can't help, I'll send them to Gimbel's. After all, Palm Garden is located on 34th Street. I'm Jan from Palm Garden. Call me and let's chat. 854-6262.
Howdy, folks. RL here for Dairy Queen again to tell you about what's hot and what's not. Dairy Queen has some of the best char-grilled chicken breasts on earth, as well as their chicken breast salad. And the burgers are exceptional, cooked on a real grill for the best flavor and less fat. And for dessert, blizzards are unequaled. Personally, banana split is my all-time favorite. Dairy Queen Silver Springs, where we always treat you like kings and queens.
On this episode of What Not to Do, brought to you by
Mike Scott Plumbing. If water runs through it, we do it.
Holy what have you done in my kitchen?
Oh, honey, how is it? I never know when she's coming home.
What are all these pipes laying around? Why is my dishwasher in the living room, and why is the carpet all wet?
Well, remember that fancy new kitchen remodel you've always wanted?
Oh, I do, and this is not it.
But I thought I might save some money by doing it myself.
You thought wrong. I promise this is going to cost you way more. You should have called in the professionals at Mike Scott Plumbing, because I'm pretty sure when I flush the toilet, water is not supposed to come out of the sink.
Noticed that, did you?
The next thing I'm going to notice is you calling Mike Scott Plumbing like you should have done in the first place.
Yes, dear. 866-314-4443.
Yes, 866-314-4443.
That played out so differently in my head. On next week's episode of What Not to Do.
No, not monkeys.
WOCA.
Times of clouds and sunshine today with a shower or thunderstorm in the afternoon, high 91 to 93. Tomorrow, cloudy to partly sunny, showers and a thunderstorm, humid, high 89 to 93. Sunday and Monday, variably cloudy with a shower or thunderstorm possible. High Sunday, 87 to 92. High Monday, 90 to 94. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Brian May.
Hello, gorgeous. Hi, this is Becky at Hello Gorgeous Salon. It's time to get that new look started. Let's get rid of those sun-damaged ends and faded out color and get into something rich and vibrant. Humidity is not your hair's friend. It causes your hair to capture moisture and leaves it looking dry and unhealthy. Hello Gorgeous is a certified Brazilian blowout salon. We can tame those locks, leaving your hair healthy and shiny with a Brazilian smoothing treatment. So let us help you make a great first impression. Call us today to set your appointment at Hello Gorgeous. Our number is 352-351-5358. Again, that's 352-351-5358. And don't forget, we also do men and children's cuts too. 351-5358. Hello Gorgeous is conveniently located in the heart of downtown Ocala. So call today and set up your appointment at Hello Gorgeous Salon at 351-5358. That's 351-5358.
Hello, gorgeous.
Buying and selling? Then you know about OcalaForSale.com, Marion County's internet marketplace. But there's something you might not know. I'm Michael Warren, president of USA for Sale. We created Ocala for Sale in 1998 with a passion to connect buyers and sellers and to help local businesses reach shoppers online. On Ocala for Sale, you're just a click away from thousands of deals for real estate, rentals, cars, furniture, appliances, horses, pets, and more. Looking for a job? Our Help Wanted section is booming. Shopping the villages and beyond? Now you'll find great deals on villages for sale, as well as our new statewide classified, Florida for Sale. Log on today and post your free classified. You'll reach thousands of shoppers who check our listings every day. Are you a business looking to get a corner on the internet marketplace? USA for Sale can help you reach your target audience in Ocala, the villages, and statewide. There's no better place to reach shoppers than right where they shop. Let us show you how. Learn more by calling 352-629-1663 or visit us online at usaforsale.com.
Ocala Business Leaders Incorporated is a group of independent local firms providing a wide range of quality goods and services. Each firm strives to maintain the highest level of professional integrity and 100% customer satisfaction. When you're looking for goods and services, call a member of the Ocala Business Leaders, and we are confident you will be pleased with the results. If you are interested in becoming a member of the Ocala Business Leaders, join us at the Ocala Elks Lodge, 25th Avenue in Ocala, any Wednesday at 7 a.m. and enjoy a breakfast on us. For more information, check OcalaBusinessLeaders.com.
Tick-tock. The days fly by, and we find tax season is upon us once again. Not to worry, though. With a reputable CPA firm on your side, you can rest assured that all of your needs will be handled in a professional and thorough manner. Robson, Scribner, and Stewart is just that firm. They're there for their clients year-round, not just during tax season, to handle your needs and answer any questions you may encounter. At Robson, Scribner, and Stewart, there is no client too small or too large. Their expertise ranges from the single individual to the largest of corporations. Get your return prepared by a professional who will use their years of experience to ensure that your tax return's outcome will leave you in the best possible position. Call them today at 694-4184. Robson, Scribner, and Stewart. They're there for you today. Again, that number is 694-4184. Time is of the essence, so don't delay. 694-4184.
Hey, this is Matt from Crossroad Auto Sales. I want to invite you to come over and check out our vehicles. All of our vehicles at Crossroad Auto Sales go through a rigorous 100-point safety inspection. We work with most outside finance companies, and we even have in-house financing available. Stop by today at 1800 Northwest 10th Street or give me a call at 690-6695. That's 690-6695. Crossroad Auto Sales. We won't leave you stranded at the crossroad.
WOCA.
Welcome back. You're listening to AIM Ocala Live on this Friday, July 10th, as we say good morning to you. WOCA, the Source, 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, broadcasting to you live. Where else? From the Paddock Mall, streaming live, YouTube Live, WOCA, the Source Radio. With the weekend coming up, as we mentioned with the Disney World, a lot of people looking forward to that. I don't know of too many people that would be necessarily flying in to do Disney World, but if they already had reservations of something like that, I think they were holding that up, or holding it up handy, as if you will. It's the idea of coming into Orlando International on some airline passenger flights, but they found this little article. This one was kind of interesting. It says airline passengers are finding creative ways to remove masks, as the idea of mandatory masks is necessary. As American Airlines pilot Dennis Tasher has taken several flights during the coronavirus pandemic in both the cockpit and as a union official, and has noticed something, well, some people say a little unsettling. It says passengers removing their masks for more than just eating or drinking, which at the same time it makes sense. Now, the masks we know have been implemented by these companies for the airlines to make sure that you are wearing a mask while you do board the flight and while you're on the flight as a mandatory guideline. Saying, quote, "We are starting to see people take creative ways on the aircraft of temporary relief from wearing the masks." As he said in an interview with CNBC's Squawk Box, he says, "You see it drop down over the nose, or you might see it used as a chin strap." It says the pilot, a spokesperson for the Allied Pilots Association, doesn't think that the moves are malicious. He just thinks it's natural human reactions. So then that stems the argument about whether or not they're actually effective. He said, while most passengers are complying with America's requirement to wear masks throughout the flight to thwart the spread of the coronavirus, some are being really lackadaisical. But without a federal mask mandate on planes, it's hard for flight attendants to force the compliance. As they say, American airlines and other airlines have toughened, so to speak, their stance in recent weeks when it comes to warning travelers that they risk not being able to fly during this pandemic if they don't comply with these guidelines, such as wearing a mask. It says, the pilot said, but that only goes so far. The U.S. Department of Transportation and Federal Aviation Administration have not heeded repeated calls from airline union officials and consumer advocates and others for the face mask mandate on planes. It says last week, the U.S. Transportation Secretary Elaine Chao announced a lineup of public health measures that the Department of Transportation and Federal Homeland Security and Health and Human Services Department want airlines and airports to implement to mitigate the risks of COVID-19. But the Runway to Recovery, quote, Runway to Recovery plan. God, they always come up with like some special slang term to it because it has to do with the Homeland Security and Health and Human Services Department for airlines and airports. Then it's the Runway to Recovery. The plan said only the passengers should wear face coverings everywhere in the air transportation environment. They should only wear them, well, everywhere. It says the pilot called it strongly worded report to the CNBC that it fell short because it ended with nothing but recommendations. In a statement, the Department of Transportation spokesperson, Chao, said that the agency have been clear that passengers should wear face coverings while traveling by air for their own protection and the protection of those around them. Face coverings are especially important in situations where social distancing is not feasible, such as being on the flight knowing that there's no way you can get 6 feet apart from the person who's next to you because it's small quarters in an airplane. It says Flyers' Rights, passenger advocacy group, was more critical on the plan, calling it, too little too late in a statement on Thursday. It's funny because the U.S. federal government, here saying, quote, the U.S. federal government has abdicated the responsibility to help stop the spread of coronavirus through domestic air travel, said Paul Hudson, the group's president, as he said in a statement, saying, quote, regulation of air travel is solely a federal issue, but the Department of Transportation refuses to mandate rules on masks, social distancing, cleaning, and measures to discourage travelers from non-essential travel or travel when sick. If mandates are not put in place, the group says, quote, confusion and fear will reign as U.S. travelers are blackballed internationally, airlines go bankrupt, and thousands more become sickened. It says in this CNBC interview, Tazier, the pilot, invited Chao and FAA Administrator Stephen Dixon to ride along with them to see what flying is like during the pandemic, saying, quote, grab a seat when the airplane is full, he said. You'll start to see behavior that you're not going to be pleased with. Interesting, nonetheless. So I think it just plays on the idea on the part of we're human beings, and then there's a point of comfort, and then there's a level of whatever it is. It's fascinating altogether. We got a caller. Good morning. Happy Friday, WOCA. You're on the air.
Good morning, Adam.
Morning, Hugh. Happy Friday, partner. Welcome to the show.
Happy Friday to you. We got through another week. Let's hope the weekend is fine, and next week is a little better. I think we're all going in the right direction, hopefully.
Yeah, I think so, too. Especially, too, when you think about this week, for example, of the conversation of getting students back to school here in the fall, the 73-page report or guideline to the idea of what's been basically through the conversation with our local officials for the school board to figure out with parents and teachers and employees what's the necessary steps. That's a good thing. I think I said it right when this week felt like a little bit of a grind for a lot of people. I think there was a lot of there's a lot to do this week, and I think you're right, partner. I think that's a good thing to end this Friday on, is that we're moving in the right direction.
Right. The wife was, she went up to Milwaukee. She's a frequent flyer out of OIA, or Orlando International Airport. And her report was, the airport is, she couldn't believe how kind of like empty it was. It was very quiet. And a lot of the concession stands are not open. And it's advisable to probably, if you're flying through there, to maybe take a snack or two along with you, because of the fact I think she found a Burger King open, and that was about it. But it was pretty quiet situation. And on the plane, she flew up on Frontier. The plane was half empty, and they had people seated quite away from each other. So it wasn't a problem because of the plane only being half full. But other than that, though, she had a good flight up there and had a nice time and everything else. A lot of hot weather up there in Wisconsin. I told her she's coming back here to Florida to cool off.
Yeah, it has been. It has been pretty warm up there. I know in other parts where I've got friends and family in Northeast Ohio, it's been about almost the same weather. We see the temperatures there in the upper 90s with showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon. So I don't know, did she bring that with her up there, or it's just the way it goes for a July with the way the weather's been. It's been an interesting 2020 for the weather up north, to be honest with you. Snow in May, and then now reaching record highs.
Right. You just you don't know what to expect. Of course, I lived most of my life up there. Some summers can be hot, and some summers it's almost like a mild winter.
Sure.
And, I know my son's up there with my grandkids, and last summer they were complaining the fact that they didn't get a chance to use the pool much because of the cooler weather. Now this year they were swimming in late May already, which is unusual up there. And they've been having, every time I call up there, they're out there in the pool having a good time. Really, you're taking advantage of the hot weather.
Oh, that's good. Going back to the part of the flying, when does she come back, partner? When does she fly back in?
She's coming back tomorrow morning. She's got an early flight. I think she's coming back on Southwest Airlines. She works these airlines like she's pretty professional at doing it. She gets these great prices, and it's quite to her advantage to schedule stuff out several months before you actually fly. Although with this pandemic and that, it's been a little bit hard to do it because of the scheduling. Some of the scheduling, I think they've canceled some flights but there seems to be, as far as if you're interested in going back up to Wisconsin or Milwaukee, they have several nonstop. So it's been pretty steady work or flights, But she'll be coming back tomorrow, and looking forward to coming back. Naturally, she misses her dogs and dated me a little bit, but. She had a nice time up there, although it was a little on the warm side. But I said, well, it's summertime, that's what are you going to do? But a lot of times she goes up to Milwaukee almost every holiday, and a lot of them are in the cold time of the year, and she puts up with it. She's a lot of times she'll be up there, and I get a phone call and say, it's going down to near zero tomorrow morning, and we're going to get 6 inches of snow. And I said, well, that's the way it is. So, I don't feel sorry for you, but I'm enjoying probably around 75-degree weather down here. So, that's the way it goes in life.
Yep. Now, when she comes back, we'll have to maybe have her call in to talk about her little bit of flying experience. The article I was just reading, kind of going back to the idea of a pilot for American Airlines that was discussing how several flights during the coronavirus pandemic has people kind of doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that to get away from or to look like they're wearing the mask, but actually trying to remove it, as they're basically making it a point to say that even though it's mandatory for a lot of these people to fly, they have to wear a mask. But they're saying throughout the 2.5-3 hour flight that the majority of passengers actually either are not wearing it properly or don't really have it on, maybe wearing it as a chin strap for the NFL helmet that they expect to put on thereafter. But the idea is, with this, I think that's some of the conversation for this op-ed piece is the idea that if you make everybody wear it, that's one thing, but you're still going to have the human element in there. And at what point does it really become effective? If everybody's just kind of not wearing it properly or not wearing the right one or whatever have you. But at the same time, I think that's where I think when everybody zooms out, they look at it and it's like, well, at least they're trying to wear a mask, and maybe that's some percentage that could help in the reduction of the spread of it. Now, here's interesting as we bring this up here just a little bit before 8 o'clock. Now, this was brought up on a notion. It says covering your face with a mask, it says here on a new study, discovers that it decreases the risk of COVID-19 by 65%. So a team from the University of California Davis Children's Hospital found that covering the nose and mouth decreased the risk of COVID infection by 65%. Previously, researchers believed that mask wearing was only beneficial to prevent the transmission of the virus to others. But more studies have found that the piece of cloth doesn't just stop a sick person from spreading the virus, but it also protects healthy people from falling ill. And speaking of face masks, here's a simple hack to basically use paper to create your own mask. But at the same time, it's interesting. Somebody brought up to me yesterday. They're like, I invited them on the show just to have a little counterpart from time to time, and she's like, "Ooh, yeah, I'll stir the pot. I'll get a little controversial." And I said, "You don't have to. Every single topic we have on the show and everything that's going on in society right now is in its own controversy." So one of the biggest ones right now, and I've been paying attention to, is just this mask wearing. Now, we had County Commission on yesterday with District 3 County Commissioner Kathy Bryant, and making it thorough that the idea of wearing a mask is definitely recommended. But even on the side of the logic that they were discussing, they've discussed it in meetings many, many, many times. And we know throughout Florida that they're coming through with other mandates. I think Mount Dora was the freshest one now to come out with the mask wearing mandate. And she actually said yesterday that they're not looking to do that here in Ocala because they found the logic to it is that there's not really a way to enforce it, so why mandate it? How about we politely tell everybody, hey, for the personal responsibility, just wear one when you feel like you're going out in public, and if you're not feeling good, make sure you do have it on and you're wearing it properly. And that's why I'm pretty proud to live in this area, partner, because I think we err on the side of logic a little bit more than maybe some other places here in Florida, but nonetheless.
Well, I'm sure there's a lot of people that don't mind wearing it to cover up their double chins.
It's a fashion statement. I get it. Awesome. Well, thanks for the call, partner. Appreciate it. 96.3 FM, 1370 AM. We're coming to the top of the 8 o'clock hour. Stay tuned. More to come. AM Ocala Live. Back after this.
Fox News. I'm Chris Foster. At least 60,000 new coronavirus cases in the U.S. is another new daily high. Hospitals in several states are running out of room in intensive care if they haven't already, and President Trump tells Fox's Sean Hannity about the surge in cases.
What we're doing is with all of these tests that we're doing all over the country, everybody test, pull up parking lots, everything else. What we've done is we've created a tremendous number of cases.
The number of deaths in the U.S. is rising again, with California, Florida, and Texas reporting new daily highs. Call to boycott the New Jersey-based Latin American and Spanish food company Goya.
The hashtags Boycott Goya and Goya Way trending after the company's CEO praised President Trump while visiting the White House. Hispanic Democratic politicians Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Julian Castro joining in.
Fox's Gary Baumgarten. America's listening to Fox News.
it may not be stomach issues.
For me, it's intense gas, or pain, or diarrhea, sometimes all at once, over and over.
I spent years with the symptoms, but could never figure it out.
No matter what I did, they never went away. So I decided to break it down for my doctor and get really specific about my symptoms.
We discovered that exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI, may be the reason for my stomach issues.
EPI is caused by my pancreas. It leads to diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, unexplained weight loss, and oily stools. The symptoms just don't go away.
But EPI can show up with even one symptom.
The good news? EPI is manageable.
But to get to the right diagnosis, you have to break it down for your doctor and get specific about the severity of your symptoms.
Visit identifyepi.com to learn more and use the symptom checker to help change the conversation with your doctor. Brought to you by AbbVie.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source. Well, the new year is upon us, and that means getting to those forgotten projects that you promised you would. So whether you're tackling a small honey-do list or building the Taj Mahal, Sunbelt Rentals will help you get the job done right with the right tools. From carpet cleaners to excavators, Sunbelt Rentals has what you need. So what are you waiting for? Get it done. Rent it now from Sunbelt Rentals, located on Highway 27, just a half mile east of I-75, or visit sunbeltrentals.com. Get it done. Rent it now. Sunbelt Rentals.
Today in Ag News from the Southeast AgNet, well, the U.S. Department of Agriculture announced this week it will award over $440,900 to 6 Florida-based recipients for the Farm to School Grant Program. The Florida awardees include the Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services and its direct support organization, Florida Ag in the Classroom. USDA Farm to School grants support a wide range of activities that increase the amount of local food served in child nutrition programs and teach children about food and agriculture. In a release, Agriculture Commissioner Nikki Freed said this USDA Farm to School grant funding will help us provide access to fresh, nutritious foods for Florida's children, promote science and ag education programs, and create economic opportunities for local farmers. The 2019 Florida Farm to School Annual Report highlighted some $144 million in Florida economic impacts. You can learn more about all of this on our website, southeastagnet.com.
Welcome back to Tick Talk, because ticks happen. Today's topic, clinical anaplasmosis carried by ticks. Carol in the Corral, you're on Tick Talk.
I'm just not myself. I'm weak, pale, losing weight.
Oh, we will get you help. Stay on the line. Next, we have Patty in the pen, who's feeling a bit anemic.
It's hard to breathe, and I'm constipated. And these guys never stop booing.
And clearly a bit agitated. My dear callers, these are all signs of clinical anaplasmosis brought on by ticks, but it's not your fault. Ticks happen. But there is a new treatment for your tick-induced troubles. New Baytril 100CA1 and Rofloxacin injectable. Baytril 100CA1 is conditionally approved for the treatment of clinical anaplasmosis associated with Anaplasma marginale for certain cattle.
Ask your cattle veterinarian for a product label to see if this product is for you. Veterinary prescription required. Extra label use is prohibited.
New Baytril 100CA1.
Randall Wiseman, Southeast AgNet.
Hi, Matt Wilkerson here, your Verizon representative with news that will hum your car, make it smart and safe. How? With the new Hum device by Verizon. You can rest assured you're never alone. Flat tire? Lost? Accident? For $10 a month, Hum by Verizon has you covered. And I will come to you in Marion County to install the Hum for free. Time to call me at 352-528-0020. Are you ready to hum along? Call 352-528-0020.
Veterans Helping Veterans USA. Call 352-433-2320. We help veterans and their families with limited financial assistance, counseling, employment referrals, and a food and clothing bank. You can help in making a huge difference in the veterans' lives we serve by donating food, clothing, household items, or direct financial assistance. All donations are tax deductible. Veterans Helping Veterans USA. 352-433-2320. Thank you for your attention, and God bless America.
On July 15th at 10:05 a.m., representatives from the College of Central Florida will be the guests as we discuss the open house event and registering for fall classes. Again, that's Wednesday, July 15th at 10:05 a.m. Be sure to listen, because whether learning in the classroom or your room, education is a passport to the future. Tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today.
Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440. In addition to our pasture mowing and tractor services, including zero-turn mowers for your fence line finish, we also offer rototilling and fence row spraying. We are family-owned and operated, licensed and insured, and farm-ready. Powell Gene, Gene, at yahoo.com, 352-629-2440. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440. Gene is a proud United States veteran.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Welcome back. You're listening to AIM Ocala Live, WOCA, The Source, 96.3 FM, 1370 AM. Broadcasting to you live from that Paddock Mall, streaming live, YouTube Live, WOCA, The Source Radio. Be sure and click the like button, hit subscribe. Carry on with us here at The Source. It is now 7 minutes past the top of the 8 o'clock hour, and to round out this week, we've got our good friend Galen on. Good morning, Galen.
Hey, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing pretty good, partner. I'm pretty good. It's a little bit warmer than it has been for most of these mornings. We were already at 80 degrees when we came on this morning, just about 7:15, and it's going to get hot, my friend. They're talking about heat index values near 107 today. Can you believe that? I don't know. Is it? I mean, that's we're in the jungle, baby.
Well, I'm glad to be up north today. So, up here in northern Atlanta, it's beautiful 72 degrees outside. I'm sitting out on my brother's porch. So,
is that
beautiful out here?
I was going to say, I mean, is it? There's probably not as much humidity either, so it probably feels like really good.
Yeah, I think the high is supposed to be in the 90s today, but right now it's beautiful.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's a nice little break. Just a little bit every now and then. Like we talked yesterday, we don't mind the heat, but just to have a lot of that, like we're talking today down here, 107 heat index with all that humidity and stuff, it's nice for that little bit of break, just especially this time of year. I think at some point, whether it's going to be this month or next month, I think we're going to do a little trip just somewhere a little bit more north, maybe closer to those mountains there of northern Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina.
Yeah, we're not that far north. Yeah. We're not in the mountain, but they have mountains here compared to what we have in Florida, but we're not that far north.
Yeah. As we're glad to talk to you, partner, for this Friday. It's always nice to chat with you with what you're doing up there. You got a little basketball tournament coming this weekend, and that's good news because hey, man, that's a little bit of sports that you guys got in the background. I know that's good for your boys too.
Yeah, and again with everybody. The survey is pretty clear, like in our county, where if you're going to play sports, you have to be in-person classroom. Right. Which makes, to me, all the sense in the world. I don't know why you think you could be online and then come in and play a sport. It doesn't. Well, it defeats the purpose.
Well, you know what that is, real quick. I just think about, and I hope to think that my mom wasn't like that, but it's just that thing where it's like, well, my mom says I can't go to school because she's afraid I might get corona, but I'll be at practice, Brian. I'll be at practice tonight.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. Yeah. Yeah, and so my son was talking about it. He goes, yeah, could you believe that somebody wanted to do that? I was like, yeah, and then so he thinks this is kind of a joke, but I mean, it's having a major impact on a lot of lives for like colleges.
Right.
Stanford came out and said because we're not playing football, they're cutting 11 other sports.
Holy cow!
Did you read that?
No, I didn't hear that part. Yeah.
And I saw the list of sports they're canceling, and I'm not sure how I'm going to be able to go on, but synchronized swimming at Stanford is now gone. Fencing, both men and women, gone. I don't know how you respond to something like that when you tell, your daughter who's been. I can't imagine. I honestly didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
I know it's in the Olympics, but I didn't know that was like a college thing.
Right.
I wonder if they have I mean, who do they compete against?
The Ivy League schools.
How many people are on this team? How expensive is this team that they have to cancel it? Right? I mean, they already have a pool.
That's a good point. And fencing,
are they spending millions of dollars on recruiting?
Right.
At Stanford, they only get the best swimmers. They can get their whole butt out of the water when they're kicking their legs. I mean, that is next level stuff.
That's a good point, though, because even when you mention the fencing, how costly is it to with the equipment and the expectations of getting that set?
I would think if you're a high level fencer, you got to bring your own epi. Isn't that what it's called?
I think
the
so.
Sword?
Yeah, epi.
I think it's an epi. Don't you at that level when you're at the collegiate level, you bring your own epi.
Yeah.
We're not talking the Y where they have a stash of them and they're not that good. And honestly, and you're going to bring your own face guard,
and
because you don't want anybody else's, and that's high level.
And let's put it this way. And let's put it this way, partner, right now, that if there's any sport that would be protected from coronavirus, it's the suiting up for fencing.
I mean, there's a built-in face mask. So in synchronized swimming, I guess by definition there has to be more than one person in the pool.
Yeah.
Right? If it's just me, it's not synchronized. It's just a show, so I can show off my legs. But couldn't you socially distance the synchronized swimmers 6 feet?
Right.
And they already have a mask. They already have half a mask. Just put a full mask on them. You know what I mean? Now they can hold their. Now they don't. And I know holding your breath is a skill.
Yeah. It is.
These athletes work on holding their water with their butt out of the water, holding their breath with their butt out of the water. But that's a real thing. But no, in all seriousness, football being canceled is a major impact.
Major impact.
Major impact. And we're starting to see that ripple effect. So Big Ten and ACC decided they're only going to play in conference games, which, if you look at the ACC's geography, makes no sense.
It doesn't. That's correct. It doesn't.
They go from Miami to Boston.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. That's a good point.
And they go to Texas.
Yeah.
Right? I'm like, oh, no, they don't have a Texas in the SEC.
Yeah, yeah. And if you're thinking,
never mind. And
TCU's Big 12.
Doesn't matter.
But,
doesn't matter.
Going back to it real quick, just like, on a serious note, it says the Cardinals, Stanford, they say it sponsors 36 varsity teams, twice the national average of most in the Pac-12. Partly due to the cost of sponsoring 36 teams, the $12 million deficit was expected to increase in coming years, even under normal circumstances.
Sure.
So there you go, a little bit as to what's going on there.
You know how much those bathing suits cost for synchronized swimming? That's not cheap.
Yeah.
And granted, they sell 10 to 12 tickets per event at the synchronized swimming event, but they don't get that TV money.
No.
And that's the real difference.
It is interesting when you dive into it, even if we go local with our University of Florida Gators, and you dive into some of the sports, and we talked about this before, the actual idea of canceling some of the spring sports. It was necessary because of the expectation of loss that happens anyway with just having those sports. Like they don't make money. Sure. It's really only football that keeps them kind of in the black, or at least breaks even. Yeah, football and basketball.
Yeah, there's several sports that break even.
Yeah.
But football and basketball make money. Baseball breaks even, and then everything else, men's basketball, and gymnastics makes money for the University of Florida.
Yeah.
Because they sell out the O-Dome.
Yeah.
But their costs aren't nearly as high as like basketball is because of the way they travel and stuff. So.
Right.
And they're not all scholarship athletes. But football is the bread and butter. So somebody did a study, and if the average NFL stadium holds 70,000 seats,
right,
and they sell, and the average ticket cost is $200, which is probably low, the NFL is going to lose over $1 billion. It's like $3 billion in revenue from ticket sales alone.
Is that right? That's what. Holy cow!
Yeah.
My goodness.
I mean, the numbers add up really quickly, right? And that's not including, exhibition games. That's just an 8-game schedule. So, the revenue side of not having fans is really going to start hitting these sports.
Well, you know what, partner? Let's talk about it. Let's zoom out a little bit and realize when you do have a game, let's say in the downtown metropolis, you're talking about businesses that are supported by those fans coming into the games on Sundays, right?
You can't even do the math on that.
That's what I was going to say, too, man.
Their entire restaurants that build their entire business model off of those 8 games.
Right.
Or, in the NBA, the 30-something home games that they get.
Yeah.
So you can't calculate it, and not to mention the sports bars that will be open.
Right.
And it'll be interesting how those. So, for example, there's a sports bar like on the same street as Fenway, and they'll probably be packed during the games so people can watch it on TV and be as close as they possibly can.
Exactly.
And have watch parties.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I'm again, the sports landscape is going to look different after Corona, because what happens is it's just going to trim a lot of fat.
Yeah.
A lot of these schools that are iffy right now are going to go and just stop doing sports.
You're right.
And then we'll see what the impact is on enrollment.
Good point.
Because it's always been in the background is if our sports team's good, our enrollment's up.
Yep.
That's a proven fact.
Proven fact, my friend.
So you can look at Florida in their rise in the top 100 schools, and they're trying to be in the top 5, right? That's their goal. You can clock that with their national championships in football.
Yeah.
Alabama, exact same thing. Florida State, exact same thing. Because of how much money a national title is worth to your school in funding and from the alumni.
Absolutely. They do that within the recruiting, and they do that to advertise, like, hey, do you want to go to you get the choice in college and university, do you want to go there where they got a mediocre team, or do you want to have extracurricular fun because we've got a team that just not only won a national championship, but will be competing for one next year. You know how much more fun that'll be for you guys on Saturday? Come to our campus.
Sure.
That's huge, partner. Well, it's a good point.
But that was so my oldest son, when we went and did the college tours, and academically he's pretty, he 1350 on his SAT, graduated from Vanguard, the IB program.
Awesome.
Smart kid, right? So he got a scholarship from Florida State to go there. But we went to all these schools, and he's like, I want to go I want to be able to go to football games. I want that whole environment. So, it took a lot of schools right off of the map for him, because he wanted that so-called college experience. Now, it doesn't help that Florida State was so terrible last year, but at least Taggart is gone, and so they have a chance. But
right.
But that's an important aspect of it. Football, I say that about football and basketball in some places.
Yeah.
But the rest of the sports are always on the borderline. In some campuses, the only athletics they have are really, your smaller sports.
Yeah.
So it'll be very interesting to see how colleges who are already struggling with enrollment, because the astronomical costs associated with going to college.
Exactly. Exactly.
I'm really curious to see how they do.
And
really curious.
And on that side too of nowadays, there's so many more options also when it comes to the adaptations for like the online degrees for different places. If you're younger and you want that whole university experience, that's there. But there's also other avenues in the beginning that you can do to knock out the requisites, so to speak, and then think about that later for your, getting your associates and then later on.
And it's not just online.
Right.
There's so many people, so many more colleges out there.
So many more colleges, exactly.
Than there ever have been. So, again, it's an interesting time right now for college.
You mentioned that you're up there in Atlanta, and I was just thinking about the side of the baseball. Atlanta in particular, didn't they pretty much construct the stadium to be more of like its own little townage, with the idea of sports bars and restaurants, and almost like a little galleria there that's supposed to be surrounded by the baseball stadium, to basically attract more people to come out and enjoy an entire day on top of seeing a ball game. And I think about how that is when we drive past it there up on the highway. I think about even a community like that, how much, like you said, revenue they're losing. With the Atlanta Braves ballpark.
In Cobb County.
Right.
Yeah, I went by there. I went by there in March. When they were getting ready.
Yeah.
And I've been there in the off season because we have a donor center up here, and I service a couple of the hospitals over there. They struggle in the off season.
Yeah.
And so I'll bet you they're dead. They losing this entire summer of revenues is going to just destroy that area.
And we know
it's a crappy ballpark already.
Yeah.
I don't like that ballpark at all.
And we know
People
that 30 games is
going to pull. But I don't like it.
I haven't had the opportunity to go to it yet, but I have heard the same thing, that it's nothing spectacular.
I've been there 5-6 times now.
Yeah.
I don't like it. It's not that great. Good sight lines, but the atmosphere itself is pretty terrible.
Oh, is that right? Is that right? Is that a big part of when you kind of go into justifying a ballpark, is when it comes to the atmosphere? Because when you mentioned Fenway, that's what's always made that traditionally so sound when you think about the environment and the atmosphere of baseball when there's a game being played, because of that area downtown. So a lot of baseball teams, baseball clubs, the Indians especially, is in the 90s, that became the new trend, is to get that more involved in the inner city, instead of like, which they call the dark ages of the baseball stadium, was they had way out in the middle of nowhere with a giant parking lot, and then that was the stadium that also held the venue for football and baseball, and it was kind of on the outskirts. So the trend is to have it more in the inner city and have more of the atmosphere. And is that one of your big judging qualities when it comes to a ballpark?
Well, I think that's a part of it. But I think when you sit in the stands and what your view of it is, and in Kool-Aid Field, I think it's called, they tried so hard, and you could tell that it was so forced.
Yeah.
I don't think the sight lines are very good. It's a beautiful ballpark, and everything is easy. The way they do the parking, they want you to take Ubers and public transportation. It's just sterile.
Yeah.
Right? There's no feel. So I've been to Wrigley, I've been to Fenway, I've been to Jacobs Field.
Yeah.
And what those ballparks have. Even Jacobs Field, and I went to Jacobs Field like it was fourth year of it being open.
Yeah.
And so it wasn't brand new anymore, but when you walked in, you're like, oh, this feels good.
Right.
And the designer of that, same thing with Camden Yards.
Camden Yards. I was going to point that out.
Camden Yards is, when you walk up, I don't know what the architect did, because the same guy designed them.
Yep.
He just nailed it, and you're like, I feel like this is going to be a good day. When you walk up to Kool-Aid Field, you walk up a hill, you cross a bridge, you don't see anything but hotels.
Right.
Right?
Right.
You're like, where the hell am I?
Right.
And then you walk through shopping, a mall.
Yeah.
It's basically a mall.
Yeah.
And you're like, what the heck? I just want to go to a ball game. And then you come in, and they have this little grassy area. And then they take your ticket, and you realize, oh, I'm inside the stadium? Oh, okay. All right. Well, and I'm not kidding. Last time I went, I'm like, oh, I didn't want to go in yet. And you can't go out and come back in.
You can't go out and come back in.
We were going to eat.
Yeah.
We were going to eat and then come to the game. I'm like, oh, I guess we'll eat inside the ballpark.
Yep.
It was, again, and again, I've had that. I've been there 4 or 5 times. And when I go to a new ballpark that I've never been to, I'll get up in about the 3rd inning and just walk around.
Yeah.
And go to all the aspects, and I'll go out to different parts of the ballpark, and I'll tell the usher, hey, I've never been here before. I'm just kind of looking at the sight lines. Mm-hmm. And the ushers are, at every ballpark I've ever been to, are incredibly understanding.
Incredibly polite to you. Yep.
and they'll go up and say, "Hey, I'll tell you my favorite view."
Yeah.
And you can stand there and they'll walk you over there with them, because they love baseball. You can't go to and work as an usher and go to that many ball games a year, 80 whatever games it is, depending on how many postseason games they have, and love the ballpark. And then you go to Tampa and it's like, ugh. There are no good sight lines in Tampa.
Yeah, it's a little
So they're not, because you always end up looking up and going, God, this is so terrible. The grass. Why is the grass fake in 742 different colors? And some of those colors aren't even green.
It's like a sheen color.
I asked one of the ushers.
Sparkling color.
I asked one of the ushers. I'm like, hey, maybe y'all should water that grass. It looks like it's dying. And he goes, he said, sir, that's AstroTurf. I'm like, oh, how do you kill AstroTurf? So.
Oh, you nailed it.
Of course, I had my Red Sox gear on. So
yeah. Now, just real quick, buddy, I want to touch on Camden Yards. I had the privilege of going to that stadium a couple times. I wish the ball team was better. I wish the ball team was better for playing in such a good ballpark. But
But you know why they're bad? Ownership destroyed that team.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a great point. Now, that ballpark, I love how you mentioned that, too, and that's something that's still on the bucket list, is to visit a lot of these ballparks. But you said it, about the third, fourth inning is to get up, walk around, go to the different aspects. And one of my favorites, partner, one of my absolute favorites, is to get behind near home plate and go to the very, very top and just look at the expanse of being there in where the nosebleeds are, to look at the very top from behind home plate and out is absolutely one of my favorites. And that's pretty cool, man, because like you said, Camden Yards, it's the same architect who did Jacobs Field, and they just did something right there with Camden Yards, especially too with the area
you gotta
behind
remember, but where they put that ballpark, people are like, nobody's going to that.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking downtown Baltimore. It died. The whole waterfront had died. Nobody wanted to be in that area. The ballpark springs up, and now it's kind of this bastion of, this is what you can do if you do it right. This is what your downtown can become.
And
a lot of ballparks have followed that. Like San Diego followed it. Coors Fields followed it.
Yeah.
A lot of people were going in and going, Minute Maid Park in Houston to a certain degree.
Yeah.
They've realized we can make this work. And it's just spectacular. And so one of my things before I die, and a buddy of mine that I work with, we go to lunch every day and we talk about it. You can go to every major league ballpark in one summer, and it tells you exactly how to do it.
Oh, yeah.
Like where you stay, and you can drive, right? You drive from baseball park to baseball park. And then it's got like rain delay contingencies, everything. It tells you how much you're going to spend.
Oh, that's awesome.
And again, you have to have two things. One, you have to love baseball, and two, you better love the person you're in that car with. For a long
Exactly.
So, and the longest trip in between ballparks is like 5 hours.
Yeah.
And it tells you how to do it. And it is something that I really, really want to do. I just think that would be, to me, that would be a bucket list. I know a lot of people want to go to certain countries. I told my wife that I want to do that before I travel anywhere else. So,
yeah. Awesome. Awesome.
But she has, let me be clear, she wouldn't go. That wouldn't be a trip that she would go.
Yeah, right. That's something she'd let you do. That's awesome.
She's been to Fenway. She's been to Camden Yards. She goes to ballparks because it's something I love. She hates Tropicana Field more than I do. So
awesome,
she's like, why are we going to Tampa? All right. Hey, Bloodmobiles are all over the place this weekend. We're at a lot of the Walmarts, a couple of churches. Please give the gift of life, donate blood. Have a great weekend and be safe.
You too, buddy. We appreciate it. WOCA Ocala back after this.
in the U.S. is rising again, with California, Florida, and Texas reporting new daily highs. New Jersey-based Latin American and Spanish food company Goya.
The hashtags boycott Goya and Goya Way trending after the company's CEO praised President Trump while visiting the White House. Hispanic Democratic politicians Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Julian Castro joining in.
Fox's Gary Baumgarten. America's listening to Fox News.
It may not be stomach issues.
For me, it's intense gas, or pain, or diarrhea, sometimes all at once, over and over.
I spent years with the symptoms, but could never figure it out.
No matter what I did, they never went away. So I decided to break it down for my doctor and get really specific about my symptoms.
We discovered that exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI, may be the reason for my stomach issues.
EPI is caused by my pancreas. It leads to diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, unexplained weight loss, and oily stools. The symptoms just don't go away.
But EPI can show up with even one symptom.
The good news? EPI is manageable.
But to get to the right diagnosis, you have to break it down for your doctor and get specific about the severity of your symptoms.
Visit identifyepi.com to learn more and use the symptom checker to help change the conversation with your doctor. Brought to you by AbbVie.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source. Well, the new year is upon us, and that means getting to those forgotten projects that you promised you would. So whether you're tackling a small honey-do list or building the Taj Mahal, Sunbelt Rentals will help you get the job done right with the right tools. From carpet cleaners to excavators, Sunbelt Rentals has what you need. So what are you waiting for? Get it done. Rent it now from Sunbelt Rentals, located on Highway 27, just a half-mile east of I-75, or visit sunbeltrentals.com. Get it done. Rent it now. Sunbelt Rentals.
Today in Ag News from a Southeast AgNet, well, the U.S. Department of Agriculture announced this week it will award over $440,900 to 6 Florida-based recipients for the Farm to School Grant Program. The Florida awardees include the Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services and its direct support organization, Florida Ag in the Classroom. USDA Farm to School grants support a wide range of activities that increase the amount of local food served in child nutrition programs and teach children about food and agriculture. In a release, Agriculture Commissioner Nikki Freed said this USDA Farm to School grant funding will help us provide access to fresh, nutritious foods for Florida's children, promote science and ag education programs, and create economic opportunities for local farmers. The 2019 Florida Farm to School Annual Report highlighted some $144 million in Florida economic impacts. You can learn more about all of this on our website, southeastagnet.com.
Welcome back to Tick Talk, because ticks happen. Today's topic, clinical anaplasmosis carried by ticks. Carol in the Corral, you're on Tick Talk.
I'm just not myself. I'm weak, pale, losing weight.
Oh, we will get you help. Stay on the line. Next, we have Patty in the pen, who's feeling a bit anemic.
It's hard to breathe, and I'm constipated. And these guys never stop mooing.
And clearly a bit agitated. My dear callers, these are all signs of clinical anaplasmosis brought on by ticks, but it's not your fault.
Ticks happen.
But there is a new treatment for your tick-induced troubles. New Baytril 100CA1 and Rofloxacin injectable. Baytril 100CA1 is conditionally approved for the treatment of clinical anaplasmosis associated with Anaplasma marginale for certain cattle.
Ask your cattle veterinarian for a product label to see if this product is for you. Veterinary prescription required. Extra label use is prohibited.
New Baytril 100CA1.
Randall Wiseman, Southeast AgNet.
Hi, Matt Wilkerson here, your Verizon representative with news that will hum your car, make it smart and safe. How? With the new Hum device by Verizon. You can rest assured you're never alone. Flat tire? Lost? Accident? For $10 a month, Hum by Verizon has you covered. And I will come to you in Marion County to install the Hum for free. Time to call me at 352-528-0020. Are you ready to hum along? Call 352-528-0020.
Veterans Helping Veterans USA. Call 352-433-2320. We help veterans and their families with limited financial assistance, counseling, employment referrals, and a food and clothing bank. You can help in making a huge difference in the veterans' lives we serve by donating food, clothing, household items, or direct financial assistance. All donations are tax deductible. Veterans Helping Veterans USA. 352-433-2320. Thank you for your attention, and God bless America.
On July 15th at 10:05 a.m., representatives from the College of Central Florida will be the guests as we discuss the open house event and registering for fall classes. Again, that's Wednesday, July 15th at 10:05 a.m. Be sure to listen, because whether learning in the classroom or your room, education is a passport to the future. Tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today.
Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440. In addition to our pasture mowing and tractor services, including zero-turn mowers for your fence line finish, we also offer rototilling and fence row spraying. We are family-owned and operated, licensed and insured, and farm-ready. Powell Gene, Gene, @yahoo.com. 352-629-2440. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440. Gene is a proud United States veteran.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Hello, I'm Mark Sears with Regency Printing. With over 10 years in the printing business, I know you'll find Regency Printing the place for all your local printing needs. Plus, I have fax services, mailbox rentals, notary service, U.S. mail, pack and ship, all at one convenient location, 2375 Northeast 25th Avenue. Just look for the yellow signs. Regency Printing, 789-6683. That's 789-6683. Regency Printing.
Pals Ocala Auto Repair fixes all makes and models. Pals makes sure that your vehicle's engine, mechanical, and electrical components are healthy at all times. Pals team would much rather see you drive to their shop for a full checkup than be towed in for a complex repair. Give Pals a call today to schedule your next service appointment. 352-414-2984. What? A nationwide warranty, 36 months or 36,000 miles, whichever comes first? Pals looks forward to servicing you and servicing your vehicle. 352-414-2984.
WOCA. Time for a whole bunch of summertime sale BOGOs at Bob Wine's Camellia Garden in Ocala. Here are just a few of the buy one, get one free deals in this week's ad. Bob has ever-blooming button gardenias, blue and white plumbago, budded and blooming hydrangea, plus all kinds of fruit trees including peach, pear, mulberry, chestnut, dragon fruit, and banana, all on BOGO this week. So check them out. It's a great deal on Bob Wine's gigantic selection of crepe myrtles, too. They start at just $6.99 for the white ones. And it's a super popular white crepe myrtles that everyone loves. Also, larger sizes are available. Got a yard problem and you need some advice? We give advice, and it's free every day. Go to bobwinescamelliagardens.net or come visit us on Southeast 38th Street, Ocala, each day till 4:30. It's in the same blooming place since 1952. WOCA.
Times of clouds and sunshine today with a shower or thunderstorm in the afternoon, high 91 to 93. Tomorrow, cloudy to partly sunny, showers and a thunderstorm, humid, high 89 to 93. Sunday and Monday, variably cloudy with a shower or thunderstorm possible, high Sunday 87 to 92, high Monday 90 to 94. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Brian May.
WOCA.
And welcome back. You're listening to AM Ocala Live, WOCA, the Source, 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, as we're broadcasting to you live from the Paddock Mall, streaming live, YouTube Live, WOCA, the Source Radio. As we just finished up with Galen Life South Community Blood Centers. That guy has a good weekend up there in Atlanta this week. Hope you guys have a good weekend too. As we mentioned, get out there, give the gift of life, and donate blood. That segment is always brought to you by our proud sponsors of Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center. I'd like to thank Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center, who are located at 2700 Southwest 34th Street here in Ocala, where they offer the skilled nursing, physical, occupational, and speech therapy. Any questions on how they're handling COVID-19, give them a call, 352-854-6262. That's 854-6262. And, of course, Penn Flooring, family-owned and operated, serving Marion County for over 30-plus years. Every bit of their success is to their unrivaled customer service. Full-service flooring company dedicated to finding the best solution for your flooring needs. Remember, experience in both commercial and residential fields. You can find them at 1201 Southwest 17th Street in Ocala, 352-351-3420, as they're open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. And, of course, they'll be open tomorrow, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., as you can get your stuff done on the weekend there with your honey to-do list. But Penn Flooring, Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center. As we're moving through here, we got more good show coming your way. First, we're going to talk a little bit about what's going on within Ocala, with the Ocala Amazon warehouse to sell to a New York firm for near $58 million. As this come out of the Ocala Star Banner? As we mentioned here, the idea of the owners of the new Amazon Fulfillment Center in Ocala recently sold the facility, for the tidy sum of $58.4 million, according to the Marion County Property Records. CFI Ocala Property LLC, a part of the Connecticut-based Westport Capital Partners, they sold 617 square foot warehouse to Lex Ocala LLC, part of the New York-based Lexington Realty Trust, and with the first Commerce Park all but fill as the county establishes the Florida Crossroads Commerce Park of County Road 484, a few miles west of Interstate 75 at 1,000 acres. It's twice the size of the Ocala Marion County Commerce Park. And they say in December, as it announced that Dollar Tree would build a $1.7 million distribution center on I-98 in the acres of the park. That $2 million project, as it promises up to 700 new jobs, which is all good stuff. So, as that mentions through and through about some good stuff on the cusp of coming within our community, our county right here. As we mentioned that, as we got more good show coming your way for this Friday, rounding out the week. When we come back from the break, we'll be talking with Joe Dallas Mulatto, the representation here in Congress, District 3, running his campaign, to talk a little bit more. As we had him on the show before, we have him on again to talk a little bit more with him. So stay tuned. We got that coming up next, and more good show for you from there as we welcome you to the weekend, so to speak, to finish up this Friday. It's going to be a hot one. Heat index valued near 107 degrees, currently 81 right now. Chance of showers and thunderstorms with a 60% chance this afternoon with a high near 92. They say new rainfall amounts could be 1/4 of an inch possible. We'll see how it goes. But nonetheless, it looks to be a wet weekend as well. That's okay, though. It's the weekend. That's what matters. We'll be back right after this. WOCA Ocala, WOCA The Source.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Hello, I'm Mark Sears with Regency Printing. With over 10 years in the printing business, I know you'll find Regency Printing the place for all your local printing needs. Plus, I have fax services, mailbox rentals, notary service, U.S. mail, pack and ship, all at one convenient location, 2375 Northeast 25th Avenue. Just look for the yellow signs. Regency Printing, 789-6683. That's 789-6683. Regency Printing.
Pals Ocala Auto Repair fixes all makes and models. Pals makes sure that your vehicle's engine, mechanical, and electrical components are healthy at all times. Pals team would much rather see you drive to their shop for a full checkup than be towed in for a complex repair. Give Pals a call today to schedule your next service appointment. 352-414-2984. What? A nationwide warranty, 36 months or 36,000 miles, whichever comes first? Pals looks forward to servicing you and servicing your vehicle. 352-414-2984.
WOCA.
Time for a